guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video, I'm going to be doing a beginner-friendly soft glam routine. Yay, I'm excited. This is going to be the first makeup tutorial I've ever done on my YouTube page, and I'm super excited and scared at the same time because I'm not a makeup artist, but I do love makeup and I do like teaching people how to do their makeup. So I just thought, why not? It's time. So for this makeup routine, I'm going to be using both high-end products and drugstore products. Each product I use is going to be displayed on the screen. And for every high-end product I use, I'm also going to just display a cheaper alternative on the screen, so you don't have to break the bank when it comes to buying your makeup. Anyways, let's get into the video. So for any makeup routine, before you begin, you want to make sure that you've done your skin prep. So skin prep could include maybe your regular everyday skin prep with your vitamin C's and all that, or you could just go for a moisturizer. And I'll be moisturizing my skin with the Embryolisse moisturizer. I go in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. When this primer dries, it gets tacky, so that's going to help to hold on to your makeup throughout the day. Mostly use this on areas where my makeup tend to get patchy, so that's around my nose area, my mouth area, and sometimes my forehead. Next is the eyebrows. I really don't like doing my base makeup before I do my eyebrows, so I'm going to do my eyebrows first. So I'm going to be using this brow soap from TikTok Shop. I'm just going to brush my brow hair upwards. You want to make sure you brush your eyebrows in the direction your hair grows, just to give it a more natural look. Then I go in with the bottom of my spoolie and just press my brows down. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline Build a Brow in the shade Black Brown. And I'm just going to make light hair-like strokes on my brows just to fill in the areas that are a bit scarce. You want to make sure you're being light with your hand and you're not like pressing. You're just making light feather-like strokes on it. So next, I'm going to conceal. I'll be using the P. Louise 7071 brush. It's a flat brush. For concealer, I'll be using the Ellie Girl concealer to conceal my brows. I'm using the shade Dark Cocoa and Fawn. I like to mix these two together just to get like a light shade, but not too light, because I don't like my eyebrows to be too light. Going with a dense round brush and just blend out the concealer. Well, I'm going to set with my NYX mattifying powder in the shade Deep. My favorite part of doing my makeup is doing my base. For today, I'll be using the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade Iguaku. I'm going in with a flat brush and evenly distributing the foundation on my skin and carving out my brows before I go in with a beauty blender. I would recommend using a beauty sponge if you're a beginner, because it will help control the amount of products on your face and it gives a flawless finish. So next is concealer. I use the Huda Beauty Full Filter Concealer in the shade Crumble, that's 7.1N. I also use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Sand. I use the e.l.f. Beauty Concealer to brighten. I like to apply my concealer with a brush just because I think it gives me a better coverage. Go in with the Huda Beauty Concealer first and just spread that under my eyes. A cheaper alternative for the Huda Beauty Concealer would be the Revolution IRL Filter Finish Concealer. That's a very good one. I've used it and I really loved it. I like to leave my under eyes to dry up a bit just so I can get more coverage from my concealer. To blend, I'm using the Peaches and Cream PC18 brush. You can get this off TikTok Shop. And I'm just using tapping motions, keeping the concealer right where it is. while my under eyes are drying up, I'm going to go in with bronzer. I'm using this one from e.l.f. It's the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in the shade Beach Please. I'm going to be going with an angled fluffy brush. I cannot remember where this brush is from. The name is off, but it's an angled fluffy brush. I like this e.l.f. bronzer because it's buildable and it's actually very affordable. I'm just keeping it right here on under my cheekbones. I'm also going to put this on my jawline. My next and my favorite part is blush. I'm using this e.l.f. Putty blush in the shade Maldives. I've never used this before, so I'm very excited to see how it's going to look on my skin. I'm going to be using this brush I got off TikTok shop to apply my blush. I think this brush was actually very cheap. It was about £1 or so. £1 thereabouts. I know it's not more than. I'm just going to apply this above where I put my bronzer. I would highly recommend this blush because it's really not as pigmented, so it's easy to control, and it's actually very, very buildable, so you can build it up to the intensity that you want. So for a beginner, I think this is going to be a very, very good blush. And now it's time to blend out my under eyes. So to blend out my under eyes, I like to use a beauty blender. When blending your under eyes, you want to make sure you're using tapping motion, not swiping. You have to take time in blending your under eyes just to make sure you have a seamless and, crease-free under eye. I'm going to brighten with my e.l.f. concealer in the shade Medium Sand. I'm just going to put one dot of this in the inner corner of my eyes. Let that sit and dry. Contour my nose with the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. This is in the shade Sunkissed. On the side of my nose, just lightly brush that into my brows. For the brightening concealer, you want to make sure you're blending it just right where you put it and you're not dragging it out too much to the outer corner of your eyes. Before you set your under eyes with powder, you want to make sure you go in with your beauty blender and just blend out whatever crease that may have formed. Blend it out so that your powder doesn't set into those lines. So I'll be setting my under eyes now with the Huda Beauty setting powder in the shade Blondie. Tap into my powder. Buff out whatever excess I have. You don't want too much powder on your under eyes because it's just going to make it look cakey. And I'm just going to tap into my under eyes. Then you want to make sure you do the same for the other eyes. You blend. And then tap out the excess powder. And then you set. It's now time to set our bronzer. Use this one from NARS. It's their Laguna bronzer. I use the shade 08. Basically, I'm setting with a powder bronzer wherever I put a cream bronzer. I'm using the Wrap It Up blush palette from P. Louise. The shades don't have names, but I'm going to be using this dark, kind of like a dark pink brushing. So next is eyelash. I'm going to go do my eyelash off camera because I cannot for the life of me fix my eyelash like a regular normal person. And when next you see me, I'm gonna have my lash on. So my eyelash is done. The eyelash almost killed me, but I conquered it. For the eyelash, I used this set. I got this off TikTok shop. It was, I think, £2 for this. It's quite cheap. For me, this works a lot because it's not too heavy on my eyes. I like to line my eyes with black eyeliner, and I've never really tried any other color size black and white, and this Glam is not giving white, so I'm just gonna line my waterline with a black eyeliner. So next, I'm going to go in with my finishing powder. I use the one from MAC. It's the Studio MAC Fix powder. I use this in NW50. Using a fluffy powder brush, I just use light taps and I just tap in. Setting spray, I use the Morphe setting spray. I love the setting spray so much. It melts your makeup, like it just literally makes your makeup look like skin. I think this is one of the best setting sprays ever. It comes in, I think, 3 sizes. There's one bigger than this, but there's one also smaller than this. So if you're looking to try out this setting spray, I would recommend you get the mini size. Just maybe you may not like it and you don't want to have to spend your money getting something bigger and expensive and you end up not liking it. So if you want to give this a try the mini size, and then trust me, you will go for the large size. So next is lips. The lip liner I'm going to be using is the MAC Chestnut Lip Liner. And for lip gloss, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Ice. So for finishing touches, I like to put like little beauty dots on my face, like beauty marks on my face. So I use the e.l.f. H2O waterproof eyeliner in the shade Jet Black. Dot here, and then one here. So this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed creating it. If you did enjoy watching this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.